guaranteed. Viewer discretion is advised.
Hello.
Hi.
Spooky chat time.
Woohoo.
And I was really prepared, but then this morning it's all gone to pot because my iPad wasn't charged. I've got a migraine. Yeah. Sorry to moan straight off. How are you?
I'm all right. Although I've got a bit of a sweat on again. Honestly, I think I might be perimenopausal.
Maybe.
I can't cope with this.
I don't think the heating's on in here.
No.
Is it?
Oh, it is. Okay, that might be why then.
Sugar. I could have. The downstairs. Oh yeah, I know, but the downstairs bathroom is like a sauna. But I don't think that is it radiator on in here? Sorry, this is just spooky chat.
Oh, it's not on. Okay.
So it should be fine.
I've got my little buddy on my lap as well.
Yeah. He's so cute. He's not been well this week. He's been coughing quite a bit because of his heart. But I mean, he looks like he's having a great time.
Of course he is.
Has anything weird and or spooky happened to you this week?
No. I stay inside.
Right, no more coconuts on the side of the road.
No more coconuts on the side of the road. No more weird whispers that sounds like my brother talking to me.
Yeah, that was quite weird, wasn't
I mean, it's not weird or spooky, but for the last couple of weeks, I've really been struggling to get to sleep because at night, I'm just playing things over in my head. I've been thinking about Rich a lot. Mm-hmm. I have been for a while, but like it's keeping me up at night now.
You should listen to like a nighttime specific guided meditation.
Yeah. I mean, Alex has been saying about doing something like that. I've just turned to night nurse.
I don't think that's
it's not a long-term solution, but damn, that stuff is good.
Yeah, that's the thing. It's not a long-term solution. No. So I find like my head is very chattery some nights, and I put on one of my guided meditations, and it's because you end up listening to that, or even having like the sounds of rain playing.
Well, we used to do that. I don't know why we've stopped, but it's just I think at the moment everything is just unless it's like night nurse, but that is like playing sleep roulette. Like am I going to hear my alarm? Am I not? But it is good. It's desperate times.
Yeah. Fair enough.
Oh, yes. We stopped with the sound so we could hear Eddie downstairs because he's been up and down with his tummy and stuff.
Of course.
At the moment, it seems like it's going well.
Okay.
For the last couple of days.
I mean, life is hard, isn't it?
Oh, it is, isn't it, Pud? Yeah.
So on today's spooky chat, I quite like finding like lists of random stuff. And so today I'm going to take a look at some of the strangest and most archaic laws still in effect in the UK legal system today.
I love that. You know, on the last one where we were talking about like crazy 911 calls, something did come up on my Instagram about one, and it was like someone thought there was there was someone in the house, and the people were saying, "Don't go looking." Okay, I'm going to go look. And then it was like, "Oh, there's a dog," but I'm scared of dogs. And the woman's like, the dispatcher was like, "Don't approach." Okay, I'm going to approach. And she's like, "How did the dog get in your house?" "Well, I built a dog flap in case dogs wanted to come."
Oh my God, but you're scared of dogs?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
So I think the reason why I did this is because randomly something came up on the car's Instagram in the feed, and it was like a strange law in California, and I was like, I should look for, because I know there's going to be some archaic laws that are still in place
like
in
you
the UK.
Can't fly a cow for 8 hours in a helicopter. I don't know.
Exactly. So the first one, so this is from emlaw.co.uk.
Are you going to let us know if it's UK or American?
These are all English. I'm starting with UK ones, and then so these are a little bit more in depth, and then I'm going to list off some random American ones at the end.
Okay.
So number one, we're starting with: it's illegal to carry planks of wood along a pavement unless there is the intention of it being unloaded from a vehicle. And I thought that was quite appropriate because it said vehicle in the title, so then it links it straight away.
We unloaded some planks of wood at the tip the other day.
Yeah. But that's fine because you had the intention to do so.
That's what I'm saying. We didn't break a law. It's fine.
So they can't... I think what they're saying is people can't just wander about the pavement with a plank of wood
Yeah.
for no apparent reason.
And yeah, okay, fair enough, it was private land.
Yeah, okay. So the Metropolitan Police Act says a plank of wood must not be carried along a pavement. It can only be moved if it is being unloaded from a vehicle or taken into a building. And this law dates back to medieval times, when carts were often overloaded and the wood would fall off, posing a danger to pedestrians.
I mean, safety first.
Yeah, I mean, that one kind of makes sense. What always strikes me with these laws is when you get the really silly ones, you think, well, someone must have done that for it to have become a law to tell people not to do it.
Or someone was just a little bit cray-cray and thought, do you know what?
Plank of wood today, just wander about. Exactly. So number 2 is flying a kite in a public space is technically illegal. Did you know that?
Is it really?
Which...
Do people think it's like a UFO?
Well, it says in what might be considered a normal activity in the summer, such as flying a kite in a public place, it may come as a big surprise that this is actually illegal. The law was brought in to prevent there being common nuisances and danger to local passengers, as mentioned by...
they don't fly as high as a plane.
Yeah, the Metropolitan Police Act. But this was in 1839. So... That doesn't make much sense to me.
Brings a whole new meaning to let's go fly a kite. That's it's like no, you won't.
I wonder if they meant like pedestrians and like perhaps people were dive bombing pedestrians with their kites.
I mean, if one of those poked you in the eye, it could be a problem.
Yeah. Well, imagine like they come down so fast. Imagine that hitting your head. That would actually hurt quite a lot. So and also I wonder, well, where were people flying kites then? In like, if they have to go to a field in their garden?
Yeah, surely.
So yeah.
I mean,
it's still illegal, apparently.
But I don't think people are going to waste their time with that one. I think they've got bigger fish to fry.
You never know, though. There's still a law in place to tell people.
If there must be someone out there who really dislikes kites.
Yeah, and they've gone, do you know what? This law's staying in. So this one you might quite like. Apparently you cannot gamble in a library.
Really?
Yeah. Gambling is illegal in any library in the United Kingdom as it's considered a public place.
But you have slot machines and like bookies.
This is true.
And that's a public place, is it not?
That's not. No, it's like a. Would that be classed as like a retail licensed? Yeah, licensed place.
It's weird because I guess that's not in effect in China because I think it's Chinese funeral traditions. People would gamble outside the house of a deceased.
Oh,
if I remember correctly from my MVQ. It's been a while.
Interesting. Mm. So the Library Offences Act was put into place as gambling can be a very disruptive activity and it would be difficult for people to concentrate on their studies or reading if there was gambling going on around them.
Makes sense.
Makes total sense.
Although, to be fair, if it was after hours and then you could have a little set-up.
But again, that means that this would have happened. Someone's been gambling in a library for it to have to, constitute a law to be brought in to stop them doing it.
I mean, did these people not have better things to decide?
Well, I just feel like...
I don't think anyone in their right mind would think, do you know what? Let's go play poker in a library today.
It doesn't actually say, Goobs, when the law was brought in. It didn't say that on the site, and I didn't bother to look. Sorry. Soz about it. I can barely read at this point. I feel like I'm going blind in one eye. So then we've got taxis can't transport rabid dogs, and drivers have an obligation to ask passengers if they have smallpox or any of the plagues. This is still in effect today.
Smallpox is eradicated, so we're all right with that.
So it's an absolute no-brainer that rabid dogs or corpses cannot be transported because of health and safety regulations. The Public Health Act of 1936 declares that taxi drivers have an obligation to ask their passengers if they have the plague or smallpox too.
Have you ever been asked if you've got smallpox
Never.
or plague in a taxi?
Not
no.
once.
No, me neither.
Do you have the plague? No.
I mean, like, the plague is still a thing. I think it's in the soil somewhere in Africa, maybe. Well, no, because if it's the bubonic plague, like, yeah, smallpox was eradicated. The bubonic plague's still a thing. Yeah. Oh, 1980. Oh, I thought it was earlier than that.
And just to track back to the previous law, which Reg. I always go to call you Reg, and I call Reg Goobs a lot. So the library
It's a
law
disservice to Reg.
was brought in 1898. So someone around that time.
To be fair, though, that was a thing, like, in the 1800s, like, gambling dens and opium dens and things like that. So maybe...
We're not in a library, like, feels like...
Unless the library was moonlighting.
Yes, maybe they needed money to buy more books. And they were like, well...
Yeah. And so, actually, they were doing a good thing. Uh-huh.
Yeah. Yeah. They were being entrepreneurial.
Yeah. Well, they were thinking of their clientele. People need... Knowledge is... Wait, what is it? Knowledge is power. so they want to, they want to broaden people's horizons, help people learn. And if they weren't being funded by anything, they've got to fund it themselves. So actually they were doing a good thing.
Okay.
I can conclude, even.
Okay, well, if we go and sit outside number 10...
Yeah.
And try and...
Well, no, let's just sit outside Ely Library.
Okay.
I used to work there.
All right. Yeah. They'll be like, all right, Ellie.
Yeah, what's up? They wouldn't be surprised, I don't think, if I started gambling in the library.
No, all right.
Yeah.
You can maybe teach me how to play poker.
Yes.
So, if a taxi driver in the UK doesn't ask you if you've got the plague or smallpox, then apparently that's still illegal.
There's so many taxi drivers breaking the law. Next time I get a taxi, I'll be like, are you going to ask me if I've got smallpox or the plague?
Yeah.
Or a rabid dog with me?
Yeah.
I'll be like, this is Mark.
Or a corpse.
This is Goober. He is a rabid dog.
He identifies as a rabid dog. So then we've got one about stamps. So I don't know if this is actually a law because it starts off by saying it is rumoured. So
okay.
It is rumoured that placing a postage stamp bearing the monarch's head upside down is treason.
I can see that.
So under the Treason Felony Act of 1848, it is an offence to place any mark upon His Majesty's coin or currency with intent to deface the same. There were rumours that if you placed a stamp upside down, that would be treason because of the perception of dishonouring the monarch's image.
It's like peeing on the Queen, really, isn't it?
Oh, this is right. I see.
Apparently it's not illegal.
I was literally just about to say, and then it goes on to say, however, this myth has been proven not to be true. Well, that's not a
you
law,
clearly
then,
went
is
over
it?
your notes.
I did, but these were I did Spooky Chat and then did another Spooky Chat. I did the case. And also I can't see out of one eye at the minute, so I'm just going to blame that for everything. So apparently you can still do that.
Okay.
It's not a law.
I suppose it's kind of like...
So that was a lie.
I mean, in a weird way, it's like inverting a cross.
Yeah. So long... Agib said he's fact-checking for us. Bless him.
Thank you.
He's got another job to do. Is fact-check our nonsense. So this, I think, is hilarious. And it's kind of like an oxymoron. It is illegal to be found drunk in a pub or on licensed premises in England and Wales. Did you know that?
How does that work?
Okay, so Section 12 of the Licensing Act of 1872 declares this is to be an offence. Every person found drunk on any highway or other public place, whether a building or not, or any licensed premises. So the Act was amended in the Licensing Amendment Act 1988 to extend this prohibition to all public places, including pubs, clubs, and even private homes if alcohol is being sold there.
Huh? But you go to a pub to, well, most people go to a pub to drink alcohol.
Yeah, but and also, how would you know?
Is there is it a level of drunkenness?
And how do you measure that?
Drink alcohol and getting drunk is a different thing. Yeah, no, I totally get that. I do get that.
But we are British.
Yes, I do get that. I know I've got a binge drinking problem, all right.
That's a very UK culture thing, binge drinking, isn't it? So, yeah, but I wonder if there's just someone in the pub just sort of like looking around going,
this should be illegal.
No more for that guy.
Which they do. They stop serving people when they think they're too inebriated. But I think there's a good understanding that a lot of drinkers and pubs are going to be drunk.
And clubs.
And, well, yeah.
You know?
I really don't quite know how to respond to that one.
It's a bit of a random one. But apparently that's still a law as well, like, even today with the world.
I have to admit, I do like sitting in a pub. Not to get drunk, but just having a casual drink.
Yeah, especially if it's a pub with a fireplace and it's in the countryside. And
comfy, cosy.
Good pub food.
Yeah.
Is the way forward.
Yeah.
So, apparently you cannot walk cows down the street in daylight in England. So, according to the Metropolitan Streets Act of 1867, which arises from the Metropolitan Police District, it is illegal to drive any cattle through the streets during the specific hours of 10 a.m. until 7 p.m, unless somebody had specific permission from the police commissioner.
So, what about if the cow was walking themselves?
Well, I mean, the only thing they could do is arrest the cow.
Which I don't think is a thing.
No. So this law prohibits any person driving or conducting cattle in, oh God, how do you say that word? Contravention of this section shall be liable to a penalty not exceeding 10 shillings for each head of cattle so driven or conducted. So it's just, the people looking after the cows, not the cows themselves' fault.
But I was going to say, because on Midsummer Common, you've got loose cows in Cambridge.
But they're not being taken down a road, down a street.
But they could take themselves. Then someone can... Yeah, they can get out.
Can they get onto the road?
Probably. I know there's cattle grids, but what if they've got a really long stride and they can...
I've never ever heard that question about that, but like... Okay.
They could like, I don't know, or maybe if they like do a little jump, a little cow jump over the moon, but over the cow grid. No, I will not stop talking. I'm just thinking of all possibilities here because stranger things have happened.
They have, but I don't think when they set this law there was anybody in the back going, "Excuse me, what if there's a really tall cow that can step over a cattle grid?" And they're like,
it could
no,
happen. You could have
ma'am.
a freakishly tall cow with a very long stride.
They'll be like, I don't know her. And no, ma'am, get out. Stop being drunk in a public place. Get out of this court.
Take your kite with you.
Yeah. And your plank of wood. We saw you with that.
You can't hide that with your jumper.
And you did not tell the taxi driver you had smallpox or the plague.
You just screwed, mate.
And you've got a rabid dog.
Called Mark.
But I quite like that. So you can do it after 7 and before 10 a.m. though. It's just that specific time of day.
Well, you've missed rush hour by those times, haven't you?
Yeah, so it's safer anyway.
Yeah.
So members of Parliament cannot wear any.
Mark is checking a cow's stride. A lever's 5 foot. Yeah, that's not that far. A cow can jump. A cow has jumped over the moon. Have you not heard the nursery rhyme?
A grid is at least 7 feet.
No,
though.
I don't. Not that way. No, it's not. Not the ones on Midsummer Common. Not that I recall.
Are they special miniature ones?
The cows with really small strides.
Yeah, they are. Like if you look at a picture and think about when you drive over them.
But
the whole car is on it.
I am pretty sure the ones on Midsummer Common are not that long.
Why would they be special there?
Cambridge.
Ran out of grid and went, that'll have to do.
That'll do.
No one's going to check it. And all these years later, Alison's gone, hang on a minute.
Excuse me, it's the artist formerly known as Alison.
Anyway, Goof's face, he's just like, I am despairing. Well, moving on anyway.
I had a chat about marrying him last night and he said no. I'm not surprised.
Bless him. I don't know what to say.
No.
I'm going to go on to members of Parliament who cannot wear any armour inside the Parliament quarters. So if you've got armour on, get out.
Oh, no protection there.
So statute forbidding bearing of armour from the 1313 Act is still in effect today and makes it illegal in UK law to wear a full suit of armour in the Houses of Parliament.
Can you imagine? Bojo walks in, head to toe,
His hair sticking out.
Chainmail, just little tufts.
Yeah. Edward II put into place this statute to stop the violence that had broken out between the two factions of Parliament, the pro-royalist...
So it's easier to kill each other then.
Lancastrians, yeah, and the anti-royalist Earl of Gloucester's party, and they just never got rid of the law.
I wonder if people have looked at they don't know these exist.
Probably not. If anyone from Parliament is listening, well, no, to be fair, you've got other things to be doing. Should be doing, not... Yeah, probably don't worry about
head
this.
of Prime Minister.
Yeah.
Oh, Carson McCart's been released today.
Hang on a minute, we've just heard. No armour, you. Dave, get out. That's too much. Showing off now.
Diane Abbott, out you pop.
Get out. So we then go on to the fact that you cannot shake your rug in the street.
Is that a euphemism?
I mean, it depends how you look at it. So...
How's your migraine?
It's actually getting worse. The thing is, so, right, I'm just going to briefly go off on about my migraines. So normally I take sumatriptan, which stops them in about half an hour. And I take the lighter dose, because otherwise it sends me to sleep if I take the... And I thought I had some in my Menti B bag, and I didn't have any, so I normally take them. And when I have a migraine, so it always starts behind one eye, and light and sound make it really bad. And normally I can't go near a screen. So
I think perhaps you probably should have told us this before we came over.
Yeah, I probably should have, but I didn't want to disappoint Goobs or make you mad at me.
What?
And I was like, I can do this. It's fine. I forgot about that. To be honest, I forgot about the lights. That's why I look like this. Anyway, going back to shaking your rug in the street, Ali.
Dirty hoe.
So you might have a rug or carpet that you need to clean and get rid of some dirt or dust. What?
Sounds like someone I know.
Well, you might think that a quick shake down rug will be harmless. It is actually breaking the law. So you can't shake your rug in public.
Yeah, you're great at setting the scene, aren't you?
Section 60 of the Metropolitan Police Act 1839 says that it's illegal for anybody to beat or shake any carpets, rugs or mats, except for doormats prior to 8 a.m. These laws are
What
so
if you need to
weird.
just air it out?
Well, you can't do it before 8 a.m.
No, just hang it. Let it hang out.
Yeah, that's not shaking it though, is it? Yeah. I think they're talking about like when you beat carpets, it's quite loud.
But it's not just that, it's the dust that comes off them. Sorry. The air pollution.
Yeah. I mean, okay, so none of that.
I could make so many jokes right now, but I'm really holding back.
They better not be on my in my expense?
At your expense.
At my expense, thank you. Soz Goobs.
They may have been.
So, right, moving swiftly on. Whales or sturgeons need to be offered to the reigning monarch when they become beached. Monarch.
No, what do?
Whales or sturgeons need to be offered to the reigning monarch when they become beached. So this law dates back to 1322, when Edward II decreed that the head and... Oh, my God... spermaceti of a whale should be given to the king, whilst the rest of the carcass belonged to the finder. Right? So a similar law exists in Iceland, where any whale that washes ashore must be reported to the local sheriff, who then decides whether to give it to the king or queen or not.
I just don't understand. Like, what you turn up and be, oh, what I've always wanted.
Oh, okay. So spermaceti is a waxy substance found primarily in the head of a sperm whale. There we go. I might have to wear a patch over this eye like Gabrielle.
Oh, then you can be a real life pirate.
I can. So yeah, so don't do that. Well, do that.
No. That's not. No heads being decapitated anyway.
No,
Please.
but yeah. So somebody needs to be notified. Knock knock ginger is next. Yeah, Goob's.
Is that like
says
not
already dead?
being like nasty to ginger people?
Well, apparently this is a frustrating game that people still play, and it can be an extremely annoying nuisance for residents. Never heard of her.
Never heard of her.
The Metropolitan Police Act of 1839, Section 54, Part 16, states that it is illegal for every person who shall willingly and wantonly disturb any inhabitant by pulling or ringing any doorbell or knocking at any door without lawful excuse.
So where does the ginger part come into it?
Or who shall willfully and unlawfully extinguish the light of any lamp. That's just thrown in at the end. That's just the name of like knock and run.
Yeah.
I don't know where Goose is finding out where knock ginger.
Nicky Nine Doors.
Or knock down ginger. I've heard knock down ginger.
I haven't.
Ding dong ditch.
Okay.
Interesting.
Oh. Traditional Cornish holiday called Nicanor Night.
Well, there's no ginger in that title, is there?
No.
It's weird.
The ginger part is baffling.
Yeah.
So it's illegal to play knock knock run, basically.
Yeah.
Okay.
Or knock down ginger or knock and run.
Okay. I mean, yes, it is frustrating. Like, grow up. At least put a burning bag of dog poo on the front lawn, front doorstep.
Awful.
Someone opens the door and stands on it and gets poop all over them.
See, I wouldn't do that.
Although don't do fire, just
no. Don't do any of that stuff. Yeah. So that's illegal.
Yeah.
Actually, it's not just a nuisance; it is illegal. Do they still give out ASBOs?
I don't know if that's a thing anymore.
So, for our American listener, an ASBO is an antisocial behavioural order, and they used to give them out to heathens and misbehaving people.
Yeah.
But what started to happen was it became a badge of honour.
It really did. It was a status thing. It's like, yeah, I've got an ASBO because I as well hard.
Yeah.
And you're like, well, you're not, because you wouldn't last a moment in prison, you little wet sock.
Oh, you can add this to the last one about knock down ginger.
Ginger broke a window. That's a line in a poem. Yeah, but there's no breaking a window, so it's knocking on a door. So therefore...
Maybe they knocked too hard and broke the window in the door.
Yeah, if it's a glass door, glass pane.
Goose looks like he's ready to jump out the window.
He's yeah.
Thanks,
you.
Goobs.
Thank you. Yeah, I suppose just, okay.
So I'm pretty sure. Can you check to see if ASBOs is still a thing? So I'm pretty sure they either changed the name of it or just slightly changed it so that people couldn't be like, yeah, I've got 12 ASBOs in it.
And you're like, I could literally flick you on the nose and you'd fall
backwards. They're still used in Scotland and Northern Ireland, not in England and Wales.
Civil injunctions and criminal behaviour orders.
Yeah, that doesn't sound as good, does it?
No.
So I see what they've done there.
Yeah.
So what was that in 2014?
No, ASBO sounds like...
Seaboss. Seaboss.
Seaboss.
Seabos. Seabos.
Oh, Seabos, yeah.
ASBO is just... And the thing is, ASBO's now become a term...
Yeah.
For...
An unruly person.
Yeah, exactly. I love that. I mean, I don't, but I kind of do.
Yeah.
So anyway, there we go.
People with ASBOs would not do well in prison. I think it's like I'm well hard, but actually you're not.
Yeah, I don't know. See, I don't...
Crimbos.
CBOs and Annos, Crimbos. Amazing. Yeah, that sort of takes the cool
Hell.
factor out of it.
Yeah.
I don't know how it works, as in I don't know how many ASBOs you have to get before you go to jail, or I don't know, like, prison.
Yeah, I know, but like just being marked with something like that and people are like, yeah, I'm well bad. No, you're probably not, are you?
No, but it's like, I envision...
Just driving your little hairdryer and wheels around and, I don't know,
Yeah.
being
So-
an Egypt.
No prior conviction was needed for an ASBO.
No.
You could be issued an ASBO even if you haven't been convicted of a crime previously.
Mm-hmm.
Breaching an ASBO is a crime. How do you breach it? The only way
By
to...
doing the thing that you've probably got the ASBO for.
Oh.
Or then doing another asbotic behaviour.
Asbotic. Amazing. So if you breach an ASBO, you would be brought to court and face potential penalties.
Huh?
I want to know what a breach of an ASBO would
Entail.
Entail. Thank you.
I reckon it's just like you've been given an ASBO for a certain behaviour, you've done that behaviour again and been caught, or you've carried out, like I said, another
Ali, I can't read that anymore. My eyes gonna
Asbonian
fall out.
behaviour. So going to a place you're banned from, contacting the person you're forbidden to contact, engaging in loud or disruptive behaviour in a specific area, or vandalising property.
Okay. So if you get an ASBO and then you continue to be an ASBO...
Yeah, so it's not limited to those, but yeah.
Right,
includes
okay.
those.
Love that. Try and use that word in a sentence today. I don't know, that's maybe...
What? Asbotic.
Asbotic, ASBO.
Asbotic is not a real word, by the way. I'm just going to put that
It
out
is
there.
now.
It is now. Hello, Oxford English Dictionary.
So this one sort of combines two of the previous ones, and it's prohibited to be drunk while managing cattle.
I've heard that one.
Have you? See, I
Or
hadn't.
it was either cattle or just farm animals.
Any...
Chickens
sheep
are all right, but the
or-
cows are off limits.
Yeah, exactly. So also as part of Section 12 of the Licensing Act of 1872, the legislation of penalties being imposed on people being found drunk also includes those who manage any cattle, horse, carriage or steam engine on any highway or other public places. So you can be drunk and in charge of cattle on your own land.
Yeah.
This law was put into place in order to prevent accidents from happening and to keep people safe. Well, I don't know if that makes sense.
I would go as far as saying chickens are just as dangerous as cattle, though.
But you're not going to be herding chickens on a highway, are you? You're more likely, if you're moving cows from one field to another, you're more likely to be in
Geese.
charge of them.
There's been old ducks, maybe.
Hang on a minute. So, it includes cattle. So there could be other animals as well. It's possibly drunk while managing any animals on a highway.
Although why would you
or
be...
public place.
I mean, why would you be in that... Again, someone must have been for the law to be created.
That must have happened several times for them
Well,
to
don't
go.
forget, they used to just drink wine as, like, normal.
Yeah.
Or mead, or
Well, they
things
used to drink
like that.
gin.
Yeah, that was just your normal drink. It
Instead
wasn't
of-
like going out for a drink. It was...
No, we drank it instead of the water.
Yeah. Well, because the water is probably going to kill you.
Yeah, faster than
There wasn't Vimto back in those days, I'm afraid. I'm
That's
sorry.
a shame. So there's a kind of long-standing joke and or opinion of the fact that British people are very good at queuing.
But we will tut.
We will tut. We don't like people pushing into the queues.
No.
You have to queue in an orderly fashion. Yeah. If someone starts a queue there, people won't even know what they're queuing for. They'll just join.
Yeah, oh yeah.
So,
yeah.
you know, queues are definitely a British thing, aren't they? Well, actually, you cannot queue jump at tube stations, ticket halls. So legal to do that.
Do you know what? I hate queue jumping.
I do too.
It is rude.
So jumping the queue at a tube station ticket hall is an offence under the London Underground bylaws imposed by Transport for London.
Well, if you think about it, those places are heaving with
Oh,
people.
it's so chaotic.
They need some sort of order. So, yeah, hats off to that one.
Absolutely.
I'm
So
happy with that.
the law was put into place as it can cause a lot of frustration for other people who are obviously standing there tutting very
And
loudly.
probably aggressive behaviour.
Yeah. and who are waiting in line. And it can also be dangerous if people are pushing past each other to get on the train.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I get that.
That's the thing. It's you don't. We just don't like people pushing in.
It is
Wait your turn.
just not cricket.
No, it's just not cricket.
No.
And also the other thing as well is, especially on tubes, trains, that sort of thing, you wait for the other people to get off the train before you get on.
You don't.
Because how are you going to get on whilst people are trying to get off?
Oh, that is really frustrating.
Yeah.
Is when and you're like, just mate, just give it a second. Goodness sake, let them come off, then you can get on.
Wait your turn.
Yeah, you're not getting anywhere faster by
also-
pushing on.
Also, there's going to be another tube in literally 3 minutes' time.
Yeah.
It's fine. So I'm going to try and read these quickly because I'm slowly fading. You cannot dress up as a police officer or as a member of the armed forces. That is against the law.
Yeah, the police. I didn't know about the armed forces, but the police officer one, yes, because you're imitating.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it says that these weird laws, the Seamen's and Soldiers False Characters Act of 1906 and Police Act 1996 were put in place to prevent people from impersonating a police officer or army personnel deliberately, as it can be very confusing for members of the public and it could also lead to dangerous situations. And we are confused most of the time, so don't add to that.
Yeah, and like look at serial even fancy dress. Oh wow.
Yeah.
Okay, that's probably why they have to make them like tiny skirts.
Yeah.
And stuff. Well, look at Angelo Bueno and the Hillside Stranglers. They used to dress as cops.
Yeah.
And have like a badge.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes total sense. But what is sort of strange is the fact that so many people dress up as, what about strippers?
Is that
now illegal?
Danny DeVito in Friends. He goes and dressed as a cop.
Oh, that's such a good episode. So it is also against the law to have a pigsty in front of your house. So as declared by Part F45 of the Town Police Clauses, 1847, it's an offence for every person who keeps any pigsty to the front of any street, not being shut out from such street by sufficient wall or fence, or who keeps any swine in or near any street so as to be a common nuisance. So basically you can't have pigs in your front garden.
What if your front garden's a farm?
Well, unless you put a fence up so people can't see it.
Oh, okay.
So
appropriately hidden. Okay.
I mean, the fact that's illegal means that lots of people must have just been having pigs hanging out in their front garden.
I would happily have a pig hang out in my front garden. I don't
scared
have a
of
front
pigs.
garden, but
You know, I'm scared of pigs and goats.
pigs are lovely. They're so intelligent and they're really clean.
Yeah, no, it's not that. It's more the like paranormal side of things. Because I remember reading about the Amityville Horror for the first time when I was like a young teenager. And the story frightened the life out of me. And I always remember them referring to Jodie the pig. And that just frightened the living bejesus out of me. And then when I went to read on further about pigs, there's, excuse my complete lack of knowledge of details, but in the Bible, apparently somewhere, like, God, I believe, casts demons into pigs. So there is like a kind of paranormal connection with pigs and
religious connections.
Religious connections. So, Jesus cast demons into a herd of pigs.
Oh.
So, yeah, and for some reason, just ever since then, it freaks me out. And the same with goats as well. Like, I've had nightmares about goats.
But demons usually have goat heads.
Well, that's the other thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's why I'm scared of goats, because they literally look like...
Do you not remember, like, at the back of Nana's house with all the allotments, and there was that lovely little goat that you always used to go up and see?
Yeah,
like when we go
remember
and pick
that.
blackberries as well.
Yeah. But I'm still scared.
Yeah.
So, anyway, there's that tangent. But I feel like it was relative to what I'm talking about. A pet cannot mate with another from the royal household. So while it's unlikely that you'd be visiting any royal household and letting your dog mate with one of the Queen's beloved corgis, if that happened, this would break the UK law.
They'll need to change that now because it's kingy, not queenie.
Yeah, exactly. So even until 1965, this would have resulted in the death penalty.
No, shut up.
Up until 1965.
But we don't have the death penalty here, or is it different because it's the royals?
Possibly. Yeah.
One rule for one.
Yeah, that's it. This one's fun. You cannot slide on icy streets.
Oh, shut up.
While it might be much fun to go sliding down an icy street on a sledge or even just your shoes.
I tell you what, that's not fun because you land on your bottom and then it really hurts.
That hurts. It is another of the weird UK laws that makes this illegal. So not only is it extremely dangerous, but it's also extremely troublesome and can be a nuisance for residents, which is why this is covered in the Metropolitan Police Act, 1839, Section 54.
Can you really imagine anyone filling out a report or taking you to the police station giving sliding on icy streets?
No, they'd be too busy giving out crimbos.
Yeah.
You know, they'd be like, I don't have time for no icy blooming skid.
Unless you're given a crimbo for doing that.
Yes, combine the two.
Yeah.
Public safety.
And, oh no, I forgot what I was going to
ordinance.
say. Yeah. Oh.
So also, it's illegal to hang your clothes across the street.
I wouldn't want anyone to see me undergarments anyway.
No, and I don't, I feel like that's more of a, I don't know, I don't feel like I've really seen
I think that was something like in the tenements, like, you know, when they're built up and, oh God, Reg.
Oh, no.
That is a lot. Why did I wear white?
I have got a lint roller downstairs.
Right. Why did I
Sorry,
wear
babe.
white? You know, like, so when everything was built on top of each other and they're like,
Yeah.
what's it in? Because I suppose you could use them to get into other people's places and cause havoc, like rob them or murder them.
How strong do you think these washing
You
lines
could
are?
use rope.
Yeah, true. But they could still do that without there being a clothesline there. Just chuck a rope across. No?
Yeah, but what, you know, then you've got an excuse of why it's tied across.
Yeah, true. So you might think that this is a bit of an old-fashioned UK law, as stated in the Town Police Clauses Act of 1847, but it's actually still in place today. So you might not get arrested for this, but you could be fined if a police officer catches you to the amount of £1,000.
Blimey. Yeah, Mark's saying it possibly relates to a potential obstruction, which I can get if there's going to be like a tallish vehicle driving through.
Yeah.
Or even not tall, you could be doing it from your window on the ground floor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Okay.
I mean, this should be illegal. It is illegal to kill a swan.
I thought yeah.
So I had heard this one before.
Yeah.
So you might think that all birds are fair game, but you would be wrong. It is actually illegal to kill or injure a swan, as they all belong to the king.
Yes.
So this law dates back to the 12th century, when the crown claimed ownership of all mute swans in order to prevent people from eating them.
Mute swans, so not ones that talked.
No,
Oh.
the mute ones only.
Oh, okay. To be fair, swans are dangerous. They can break your arm.
They're very bad-tempered sometimes.
Maybe that's what I'm a swan.
Okay. Okay. So the last one on the UK list, which I know we all know this, but I'm wondering if the US listeners know this, but it's
Or other listeners in any other countries.
oh my God, so much hair is coming off of you. I'm
To be fair,
so
this is like
sorry.
me washing my hair because it just falls out. So it's
I'm
fine.
sorry,
No,
babe.
don't worry.
So watching TV without a licence is illegal. If you think you can get away with watching television without a licence, then you are sadly mistaken. As mentioned by the Communications Act 2003, Section 363, it is actually a criminal offence to watch TV without a licence, and you could be fined up to £1,000 if caught.
Yes, and you actually now need it to stream.
Yeah.
It's just a way to make money.
Yeah.
Another way to make more money from it. Pays for the BBC. Yeah, that's the thing. It's a BBC thing.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, I'm quite happy with Channel 4, so.
They have ads, yeah, that's it.
All that's what it is.
Blooming streaming things have ads now. There's
Yeah,
ads
they
on
really
everything.
do. I've noticed that.
Very annoying.
Yeah.
So next up, I found some very random laws, which I found listed on Right Hassle. These are for our American friends. And I've chosen, because they had them for every state, so there was lots.
Oh, yeah.
So I've chosen the most random ones, because obviously America is a big place. And also, what I find fascinating is that the laws vary from state to state.
Yeah.
So, you know.
I can imagine there are going to be some good ones in there.
Yeah, they're really good ones. So in Alabama, confetti is illegal. No driving blindfolded. So someone's done that.
I mean, but who thought it would be a good idea to drive blindfolded?
Well, if you'd have watched Talladega Nights,
Oh,
Ricky,
I haven't.
Ricky Bobby drives blindfolded. But also, you must not wear a fake moustache to church. That is illegal. Goobs, I'm talking to you.
You don't need a fake one. Look at that little furry lip.
Yeah. Then we've got in Arizona, no spitting. That's illegal.
I mean, it is gross.
It is vile.
To be the only time I have spat outside is if I've been running and then there's been a build up and I've coughed.
That's lovely.
But I will always do it like in a bush. So it's not.
Goobs looks horrified.
So it's not just on the street because it is disgusting, and not like somebody's private bush. Like just a general bush.
What you do in your own time is up to you.
Don't spit in the bush, all right?
So next up for Arizona, donkeys may not sleep in bathtubs. Very, very good. And no bat signals or any other beacon allowed in the sky. Aren't these amazing?
Do you know what? America is just a whole different world.
But the fact is, again, I need to reiterate, these things must have happened for them to have become a law. That's what I find so fascinating.
They're creative, let's put it that way.
I mean, spitting, yes, I get that. But
bat signals?
Donkeys in a bathtub, and very specific bat signals. But I guess, anything being sort of like beaconed into the sky is dangerous. But
donkeys in the bathtub.
Who put a donkey in the bathtub? Write in and let us know if you've ever done this. So in California, no kissing if you have a moustache, apparently. So all of the...
No kissing with the furry lips.
So no, sorry, but Goose has just brought that up and there's actually a donkey. There's like a made up meme of a donkey in a bathtub.
That's AI in it.
Yeah, that's funny. No whistling to find your escaped pet bird before 7 a.m. This is the one that randomly came up on the Instagram feed, which made me think, I need to look at random laws. So, yeah. And no hunting from a moving vehicle, except when hunting whales, which is also illegal. So, it's a bit bonkers.
Yeah. No hunting. I'm just going to put that there. No hunting.
Just no hunting. Just stop that. Stop whistling for your birds before 7 a.m. Goodness sake. Connecticut, no cycling over 65 miles per hour. Who is cycling over 65 miles per hour?
That's like cheetah speed.
It's really random that you went there. It's just a car. It's a car speed, love.
Well, cheetahs are the cars of nature.
Oh, hang on a minute. Goobs has found something pertaining to the donkey in a bathtub. A rancher in Arizona had a donkey that became accustomed to sleeping in an bath on a
To be fair,
farm.
you put some duvets in there. That can be quite comfortable. I've slept in a bathtub.
Oh no, this is the saddest thing I've ever heard. One night there was a huge flood and said donkey in said bathtub floated away into the sea. And much of the town's resources and manpower was spent trying to save the donkey.
I love how there is like literal sense behind that law.
I mean, that's. I didn't think it would be a sad thing.
Can we
poor
not
donkey.
look into those further now? Can we just be... The little donkey remained nearby and was eventually rescued by one of the responders. Oh, that's completely different. No, that's different.
That's different, okay.
That's in Sacramento. Wait, is that in Arizona?
No, dear.
Okay.
We've had this conversation before.
About Sacramento?
Yeah.
No, we haven't.
We literally, in like possibly the last episode that was published, we're talking about Sacramento. I told you it's in California. And you'd asked me, you were like, is it somewhere else?
Sorry.
It's all right. So, yeah.
The donkey in the bathtub was saved.
Oh, thank God for that.
And that's when the laws were in. Okay, fine, you can have that
Brilliant.
one.
So the donkey survived, but because of all the
Floating
hoopla,
away.
they went, do you know what? Don't do this again.
Yeah.
Because this could happen again.
Yeah.
I mean, literally couldn't write that.
Must have been a freestanding bath.
Yeah. Otherwise...
What? If it was bolted, it wouldn't float away. Fixed, secure. Yeah, so it was
the whole house went with it. Okay, so then you've got cyclists going 65 miles an hour, which apparently is faster than a cheetah rather than a car.
Cars are faster.
Yeah. This one is probably my favourite thing I've ever read. Pickles must bounce to be declared fit for humans. That is a law in Connecticut.
Stop.
Isn't that the most
Do you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to go and buy a jar of pickles and just keep throwing them, see which ones bounce. You be illegal in Connecticut.
What?
I would buy a jar of pickles.
Oh, I thought you were saying
No.
I would be illegal in Connecticut.
And then I'd be seeing which ones bounced, and if they didn't, I'd be like, you'd be illegal in Connecticut.
Can you? I literally cannot.
Which one am I reading? In this instance, 2 men were arrested for selling pickles that were decomposing and infested with maggots.
Ew.
Well, can't you just... You would know if it was a rotting pickle.
You'd think so.
And I'm not being funny. Maggots burrow, you would see the maggots, guaranteed. And if you're buying them, more fool you.
Yeah, but there's more to it that I cannot
Pickles
see.
in question splattered while good pickles would have bounced. They would squish in your hand.
Okay. So then...
You wouldn't need to throw it to see if it bounced. Sorry, I'm not shouting at you, sorry.
Why is it Cuba's fault? Also, in Connecticut, you may not cross the street while walking on your hands. Someone's done that then.
Well...
At least one person's done that.
To be fair, though, you see some random videos on Instagram of, like, people doing some random stuff, so...
Yeah.
Yeah.
The pickle one is still my favourite, though. So now, obviously, we've got Florida, and we know crazy stuff happens in Florida. No selling your kids. So that's happened. No selling oranges on the street, which is really...
But it's the
bizarre.
orange... Yeah.
Because there's an orange county in California, but there is also...
Well, Florida are known for their oranges.
Yeah, exactly. So, weird.
I don't know why I know that, but I do know that.
Yeah. And elephants left at parking meters must pay the same fee as a car.
Just get their little coin purse out.
Yeah. Hang on. Hold, please.
And that is not a euphemism.
No. I've got a chest bag on. I'm just going to get my...
It's a Helen customisable one.
Yeah, exactly. These are brilliant. So, then we've got Georgia. Mules may not roam unattended. So they've obviously been just like having a rave up in the street.
Yeah.
No living on a boat for more than 30 days.
Really?
Yeah.
That's bizarre, because in this country, people do just live on boats.
Yeah, a bit strange. And no carrying ice cream cones in your back pocket on a Sunday.
Do they have ice cream in them? Because that would totally make sense, because they just melt all over you.
Yeah, but only on a Sunday. So the rest of the time it's fine. Up to 30 years in prison for selling oranges at Miami Beach.
No.
What? That's ludicrous.
Can we concentrate on more important things, do you think?
I really feel like there's more
to that story.
There
has to be.
I don't know. That's bonkers. But yeah, no ice cream cones in your back pocket on a Sunday in Georgia. So in Hawaii, there's actually no billboards allowed.
I like that.
And you may not place coins in a person's ear. Don't do it.
Oh, so no magic tricks.
Yeah.
Like, I know you're pulling a coin out of the ear, but it's still kind of similar.
And apparently, no leaving home without a destination in mind. You can't just wander about.
Like, where are you going? I'm just having a walk.
No, can't do that. You can't wander about without a purpose.
But the thing is, that's a really good way to exercise, is walking. So
yeah.
what are you supposed to do?
I have no idea.
You're home with a view to arrive home.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Loophole. Like it.
yeah. So I don't know if they just sort of like found a few people just aimlessly wandering continuously, and they were like, "What are you doing? I have no idea. Where are you going? Don't know. Where are you planning to go? No idea."
I'll find out when I get there.
Yeah, they were like, "No, you can't do that." So then we've got Iowa. There's no palm reading allowed in Iowa, and kissing may not last longer than 5 minutes, and one-armed piano players cannot charge for their performance.
That's so discriminatory.
It's so discriminatory. It didn't say about whether the kissing was in public, but I would imagine it would be in public. Yeah.
I'm not being funny, a lot.
Where are we? You're here.
This is
That's
private.
that's in Iowa.
Yeah. The one-armed piano players, that's really bad. What if that's their only way of making money?
I know, it's so mean. It's really mean.
Yeah, that is against a disability, that is.
Yeah, it's actually really serious.
Disablest.
Yeah.
Is what it is.
It's not inclusive. Okay, so then we've got Kentucky. You cannot handle a snake in church.
I can see where they're coming from with that, probably, because the Garden of Eden, Eve...
Yeah, okay.
with the tree of knowledge or whatever it is.
Someone somewhere...
Being told by the snake to eat the apple.
Yeah, but someone somewhere's actually made that to a law. So someone's taken some...
It will be a religious nut, guaranteed.
Snakes and or asps into
All right, Cleopatra.
church. Damn asps. And just set them free. I don't know. I'm just surmising.
Well, they didn't set them free. They were handling them, weren't they?
Oh, yeah, sorry, handling them. They can be free.
Yeah.
Don't
Just
handle
don't handle
them. Don't hold it. So no throwing flowers at public speakers. Seems like a nice
you can
thing
throw
to do.
eggs,
You can throw
vegetables,
things that will
hard
hurt
things,
them, apparently, but not flowers. Flowers, not flower.
Yeah.
Flower.
Oh my God, how offended did you just...
Don't know what happened then. This is, I think, alongside the pickle situation as one of the most random things I've ever read in my life. And just to remind you, this is Kentucky. No selling dyed blue baby chicks in groups fewer than 6. So you can sell them.
I've already got 2. I only need 4.
No. You got to have more than 6.
But I don't want 6. No, I don't. I don't want 8. I don't know why the West Country accent. Because I just feel like that would suit. That just feels like it goes together. That law in a West Country accent. It makes sense.
Right. Maine next. Sorry, there's quite a lot of these, and I'm conscious that we're at an hour nearly.
Oh wow.
So Maine, no biting your landlord. That means you, Ali.
Oh yeah.
I just feel like you'd be a biter.
Yeah, but I'm the landlord.
Yeah, true. No blowing your nose in public, and no.
But what if you've got a real bad runny nose?
You've got to be snotty until you get into a private
Just have
room.
it just dripping down your face.
Yeah. Well, you can mop it up. You just can't like blow
What
it.
if you've got an obstruction that you need to get
There's so many
rid?
questions. Don't know, babe. No tickling with a feather duster.
It's like in Beauty and the Beast with Lumiere and the I don't know.
So then we're going on to Massachusetts.
Who?
Massachusetts.
Massachusetts.
That place. I do apologise. Gorillas may not ride in the back seat of your car.
Damn it, there goes my plans for the summer.
Oh, Lord. And mourners are limited to 3 sandwiches each at a wake. That's very stingy.
I would make them really big sandwiches.
Like, I mean, wakes are bad enough.
At least let them eat.
Sandwiches. Foot-long sandwiches, yeah, maybe. Because we're thinking of British sandwiches, like little triangles.
Yeah,
they won't be.
cucumber.
Yeah, so, yeah.
I mean, they're sad enough as it is. Let them...
But that's it. Just let them have something. So as long as the governor is present, duels to the death are allowed on Sundays in Massachusetts.
Massachusetts.
I don't even know what the
It's
abbreviation-
Massachusetts.
Massive.
Chewy tits.
Yeah.
Oh, you just made me swear. It could be the bird.
I was going to say that's not swearing. You're good. So yeah, there's that, and then Nevada, no lying on the sidewalk, as in lying down.
What if you've been like hit by a car?
Oh, and also it's Nevada. Like, I feel like quite a lot of people are going to have to lie down.
Oh, well,
somewhere.
yeah. Are they in Vegas?
Yeah, well, yeah. You cannot
Guess who's been to
pawn your...
Vegas?
Yeah. Did you know? Oh,
Did you know that we've been to?
I didn't even know we've been to Vegas. We haven't mentioned it for...
It's been a while. It's been
Yeah.
a hot minute.
So you cannot pawn your dentures in Nevada. And you cannot purchase drinks for more than 3 people. So you couldn't get a round in like we do over here
That's
in the pub.
terrible.
It's a bit random, isn't it? It's a bit...
I like you more than them, so I'll get our round.
Yeah, the rest of you are going to have to wait.
Shove off.
So in New Hampshire, tips. Yes.
That's clever then.
Oops is the voice of reason.
I mean, I thought I've been quite, voice of reason throughout some of these with the questions I've been asking, but that makes,
That actually makes
that
sense.
is the most reasonable thing.
Yeah.
Get more for tips if you,
So in New Hampshire, you cannot get drunk in a cemetery. You're not allowed to gather seaweed at a beach.
What if you were clearing it away from
No.
harming an animal?
No. And the opening in a sugar shaker must not exceed 3/4 of an inch. They're all laws.
Is that like a health thing?
Yeah, maybe to
Sugar tax. Do they have sugar tax? Oh, probably not. Of course not. No.
Absolutely not. So in New York, no taking selfies with tigers. So that's gone wrong a few times, so that's become a law.
Well, I'm not being funny. If you're getting that close to a tiger, you asked for that.
Exactly. You cannot sell cat hair or dog hair. So if you're thinking of starting a business,
That's
selling
terrible because
it
there are
in New
some
York-
people that will collect their pet's hair and make like little sandals for them out of them.
What?
Have you not seen that?
No?
They make like little flip flops.
Have you seen this, Coops, or is she dreaming again? You have seen it?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
That's bonkers.
Mm-hmm.
And you also cannot throw a ball at someone's face. I don't think...
What if it's self-defense
Or it's dodgeball.
or it's dodgeball? But you're not supposed to hit the face, are you?
No, but I mean...
Accidents happen.
Yeah. So then we've got Oklahoma. No reading comics while driving.
I mean, I would go as far as saying no reading whilst driving.
Right. But specifically comics in Oklahoma.
Dracula, absolutely fine. Dennis the Menace, no.
No, exactly. So, right. This is Oklahoma, okay? Note, Oklahoma is landlocked. It's illegal to go whaling in Oklahoma. But there's nowhere to whale. It's landlocked, so that's a good one.
Do they mean whaling as in hunting for whales or whaling as in a really big cry?
No, whaling as in the beast
Harpooning.
of the sea.
Okay.
Yeah. And then dogs need a permit to gather in groups of 3 or more on private property.
What if your job is a dog walker?
Well, it doesn't even say anything about dog. The dog has to have a permit. The dog must.
So they have to apply for it themselves with their opposable thumbs to write the form out, right? Okay.
So in South Dakota, we're nearly at the end. Sorry, guys. This is a lot longer than I thought it was going to be. No falling asleep in a cheese factory.
We'll give you nightmares.
Yeah. Yes. And you absolutely cannot arm wrestle a pacifist into changing their views. That's illegal too in South Dakota.
I would say it's quite a passive way of fighting.
So then in Washington, you may not use an x-ray machine to check if shoes fit.
Duh.
This has happened.
I'm sorry.
This has happened. People have fallen asleep in a cheese factory and someone else has used an x-ray machine to check if their shoes fit.
That's a lot of effort rather than just trying to put it on and go, oh, no,
Right?
bit wide.
Very long-winded.
Bit small.
And you may not damage another person's beer bottle without their consent. So if they go, yeah, you're fine to annihilate that beer bottle, you can, but without consent, nope, get into jail. And then finally, Wisconsin, you may not wear red in public.
Oh.
So
What have they got against red?
I have no idea. And then all cheese produced in Wisconsin is required to be highly pleasing.
God, so bad cheese. But what if you like cheese, but you haven't tried a particular cheese and you buy it and you dislike it? Then that it's subjective.
It is subjective, so I don't know how.
So that doesn't work.
I'd like to know the story behind how this became a law, but we're already quite far into this. And that's my last one, and I thought that was a good one to finish it on.
It's an enlightening episode.
Yeah.
I have questions. I have more questions than I've had answers.
I think my favourite one is the bouncing of the pickle. I like that one a lot.
Again, that just sounds like a euphemism. Some of these things I'm going to have to try, like the bouncing of the pickle.
Yeah, try them out.
Yeah, just see what happens.
See if the police come running in from somewhere.
I mean, that was fab. I really enjoyed that.
Good.
Like I said, I have more questions than I do answers. However, I don't think I'm going to be satisfied. I'm not going to be satisfied at all.
I mean, I'd be concerned if you were after sort of knowing all of these. Yeah.
That's wonderful.
I'm going to start with get in the bin, and I'm going to say migraines because I am dying, and get in my pocket migraine medication when I have it.
Random fact?
I get migraines. There we go. How about yourself?
Get in my pocket would be going for breakfast with Mark's parents because it's hilarious. It's always great fun. I mean, don't get me wrong, Mark's mum and I usually get the brunt of jokes or what have you, but it is absolutely hilarious.
Love that.
Get in the bin is Eddie's tummy.
Oh,
poor little boy. And a random fact is I really like dad jokes.
Amazing. That's a good one.
Yeah.
Like that a lot. I've just realised my vape doohickey has just been hanging out of my pocket the whole time.
That's all right.
And my string is undone. I am not getting it together as a human being today. I blame the migraines.
Right, Mark, Goober, I don't understand what that meant.
Because, okay, so going back to the law in Wisconsin where you may not wear red in public, Goobs has found someone at a Packers game wearing red.
Naughty.
Two people,
Two
three,
people.
four, quite a few people.
Oh.
Okay.
I don't think they take much notice of that. So who's getting the bin is dog food companies not putting calorie content on packaging.
Okay.
Yes, that's very true. We've only found one. He's getting his pocket is breakfast with the rents.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I might have to invite myself along to one of these.
Yeah. It is great fun.
I do love a breakfast.
And his random fact,
Well, you like having breakfast at... It's Arbuckle's, isn't it?
What's your favourite breakfast food?
Oh, yes. Do that.
Yeah, there we go. That's a random fact.
Really put him on the spot. He's got to make
I reckon
a decision.
no, pizza's not a breakfast food. I'm thinking something like hash browns.
Pizza for breakfast if you want to.
You can. Okay. Cold pizza
cold
is your
pizza.
favourite breakfast food.
I've actually got some cold pizza in the fridge. And I'm making us a vegan curry today.
I don't think you are if you're that ill.
No, it's for... I think...
It's the lights.
The lights aren't helping me.
Send me the recipe and he'll cook. Yeah.
To be fair, it's really easy. I just got curry sauce. But I experimented... I tried it out on myself earlier in the week before I offered to cook it for you guys to make sure it was nice. I was like, I'm going to try this
Thank you
first.
for that.
Oh, it was lovely. And it made loads. I reckon I made two. One was slightly spicier than the other. And I'd give the spicy one an 8 and the other one probably a 9. Yeah.
In for a treat.
Yeah, I know. It's a big game. I am, yeah.
So yes, thank you very much to Goober at Park Lane Studios for doing all the sound and the visuals and the production, trying to keep us in line as much as possible.
Everything.
Our fact checking, you know. I've got a great random fact for you. You're one of our listeners' favourites.
Yeah.
Oh, he doesn't know that bit. Did we tell you that bit?
Yeah, I told him earlier.
Oh yeah, okay. Anyway, yes, you're everyone's favourite. If you want to get in touch with us, you can do so at carsandthemacabre@gmail.com. All of our socials are on our link tree, which is somewhere in this grand facility that way. Facility, I said vicinity is what I meant.
I like that word. I'm going to use that in a sentence.
Yeah, so it's across there. You can find our Instagram, YouTube. We're on Spotify, Amazon, Apple. Just go to Linktree, it's so much easier. Was there anything else with that?
No,
like, subscribe, download, comment, share, tell your friends. We've got merch now.
Yes,
so...
there was a hitch with that. I've sorted it out. And I've actually added more things. So there's some like tote bag designs and stuff on there that I've added. Yeah.
Thank you, Helen.
No problem.
Yeah, talk to your friends or family or just a random stranger about us. Get the word out because we would definitely appreciate that.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. And I apologise for this.
And the fact that I then had to take over that little roundup because I'm terrible at that.
You did good.
Thanks.
Okay, well, we're going to go and try and bounce some pickles now. So until next time,
stay spooky, bitches.